Paul Pierce claims that he's LeBron James' biggest rival. Let's talk about it. The reason why we're making this video is because I came across this article from basketballnetwork.net, which was pretty much reporting the news that Paul Pierce was claiming to be LeBron James' biggest rival in his career. Lengthy career, 20 years, a lot of playoff battles. You can think about his back and forth with the Celtics, back and forth with the Warriors, back and forth with the Spurs, and so many more, right? And Paul Pierce claims that out of all these battles, he's been the biggest hill to climb for LeBron James. So let's read his quote. It's me, of course. No one has had more playoff battles and meaningful games than me and LeBron. So how could it be nobody but me? I have my career high against LeBron, 50 points. That's an easy one, without a doubt. Why do you think he moved to Miami? I set the U-Haul down there. The truth concluded. And I end the quote right here. So let's talk about it. The first thing that really comes to my mind when I reflect on LeBron James' biggest rivalries would be Stephen Curry, right? Because we all know that Stephen Curry has a winning record against LeBron James in the playoffs and in the finals. And even throughout their careers, Stephen Curry is 27 and 22 versus LeBron James, including 17 and 11 in the playoffs. However, I like the Paul Pierce answer more because to me, the Stephen Curry versus LeBron James rivalry, although it is a thing, it's more like LeBron James versus the Warriors as a whole. Because LeBron James has outplay Stephen Curry by such a margin in this back and forth. And for two of the championships, when Stephen Curry pretty much won 4-0 and 4-1 against LeBron James, he wasn't the best player on the team. It was KD. I know that now that Stephen Curry has surpassed KD all time, people like to go back to that stuff and saying that Stephen Curry was actually the best player on the Warriors, that he pretty much let KD shine and took a backseat. But nah, during these 2 years, let's be honest, KD was that guy. Even if you look at the stats, you got LeBron James, who outscored Stephen Curry 31 out of 47 times, and he's 33 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, 1.7 steals, 1.3 blocks against Stephen Curry, 25 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, 1.5 steals, 0.4 blocks. So great stats, but you can see that LeBron James is literally outstatting him or outdoing him in every single stat. So I know stats do not tell the whole story, right? It's about the results, but still, it really, in my opinion, is a team effort why Stephen Curry is actually dominating LeBron James in the playoffs. Plus, my last point before we get to Paul Pierce, they don't guard each other. So I don't like that, you know? I feel like a real rivalry is like, I go at you, you come at me, and let's see who does better. And that almost never happens in the playoffs or in these matches because obviously Stephen Curry is a point guard, LeBron James is a small forward. So now let's look at Paul Pierce. He's played 69 games in his career, and he's 34 and 35 against LeBron James. So advantage LeBron James by 1 game. Paul Pierce has dominated in the regular season, being 21 and 18, and LeBron James has dominated in the playoffs, being 17, and 13. If you look at the playoffs, LeBron James is winning 3-2, and it was pretty much 2-0 advantage Paul Pierce before LeBron James went to Miami, just like Paul Pierce mentioned, and then he was able to pretty much switch everything, winning 2 against Paul Pierce Celtics and one series against the Nets. But at that point, Paul Pierce was starting to really fall off, you know. So it's really 2-2, but still advantage LeBron, right? If you look at the stats, individual stats, also, it's still advantage LeBron in every single stat, just like against Stephen Curry, because Paul Pierce is only scoring 19 points, 5 rebounds, 3.4 assists, 1 point steal, and LeBron James 29 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.8 steals, 1.1 blocks. The same situation. LeBron James is dominating pretty much individually in all these games, but it was going up against that team. However, it felt different. Like it literally felt like it was LeBron James going at Paul Pierce, trying to climb over that huddle. And when it came to money time, Paul Pierce was out there making his shots. He was looking LeBron James in the eye just in key moments. Gotta give it to the guy. I know it's become a popular thing to hate on Paul Pierce, but against LeBron James and against Kobe Bryant in the playoffs, that man was amazing in the clutch, super clutch. Hence why it's the truth. Plus, I like I like to think of the Celtics as that hurdle that LeBron James has to overcome to become who he is right now, to become an all-time great. Just like Michael Jordan had to go through the bad boys Pistons and lose 3 times to eventually climb that mountain, and then he never looked back, and he lost a few times, right? But he never lost in the finals again, and he became that beast, the GOAT for most people, you know. Same with LeBron James. Paul Pierce was that guy that he had to overcome. Now, obviously, it wasn't just Paul Pierce. It was the Celtics. It was Kevin Garnett. It was Doc Rivers. It was Kendrick Perkins. It was Ray Allen, Rondo, and all these guys, right? But still, that felt more like a rivalry, especially with the energy that the Celtics had towards LeBron James and the trash talking, the physicality and everything. And it felt like for many years, there was still bad blood between the two. If you look at LeBron James and Stephen Curry, I wouldn't say they're really friends, but they're really cool at least, you know. LeBron James and Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and all these guys, it only got decent once these guys retired over there. So let's look at other rivals. If it's not Paul Pierce or Stephen Curry, in my opinion, it really should have been Kobe Bryant. But it's a shame because we've never gotten to see that matchup in the playoffs. Because LeBron James made the finals in 2007, Kobe couldn't do it. Then Kobe made the finals in 2009 and 2010. LeBron James couldn't get over that hump. And then Kobe was done making the finals. So we've never seen even one playoff matchup. So when it came to legacy versus legacy, I feel like, you know, that was the biggest quote-unquote rivalry because both of these guys were writing top 5 players of all time legacies, histories while playing at the same time. But they never got in each other's way. So I can't say Kobe. It should have been KD also, but KD, in my opinion, I know he's a 2-time champ, but he pretty much underachieved. When it came to talent, he was supposed. The conversation should have never been anyone but LeBron and KD, but he's let people come in his way and eat his food and pass him, in my opinion, Stephen Curry being one. Plus, when these guys met in the playoffs, when LeBron was on Miami, the Doc was so stacked against KD that it wasn't really fair for KD, who was playing with Russ and James Harden. I know, but they were babies, right? And vice versa. When LeBron James actually met with KD and KD was on the Warriors, it really was some bullshit. And what was there to be done? LeBron James was averaging like 35 points, triple doubles, and still getting blown out like they won one game in 2 years. So I don't view that as a real rivalry. Then maybe Paul George could have been that guy because he was really ascending with the Pacers, but ever since he got injured, he's never been quite the same. So no Paul George. And Kawhi had a really, really good case, and he was on his way there, but his narrative and all of the injuries pretty much got in the way. But Kawhi really should have been that guy, especially now that they're both playing in LA and that the Clippers keep on dominating the Lakers, but it's only in the regular season. Because we won't see that matchup in the playoffs as long as the Clippers can't stay healthy. And when I say the Clippers, it's really Kawhi. So I can't even say Kawhi. Now, so I feel Paul Pierce. Ultimately, I do not believe LeBron James really had a head-to-head rival in his career. The rivalries that LeBron James has had are against teams. Like I said, it was definitely a rivalry against the Celtics. It was definitely, and it's still a rivalry against the Warriors. It was a rivalry against the Spurs. But when it comes to player versus player, LeBron James has dominated his opponents or the quote-unquote opposing superstar by so much that regardless of the result, I personally cannot call these a rivalry. But if I were to pick one, I would give it to Paul Pierce. Anyways, that was a long video, man. We're going to close the video right here. Appreciate you guys for checking me out. If you made it this far, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And more importantly, get in that comment section and tell me who has been LeBron James' biggest rival in his career. If you agree with me, let me know. If you disagree, let's talk about it. Appreciate you guys for checking me out. It's been your boy, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.